What is up, Steve here? I hope you are doing well. I've been following Dave Ramsey for a while now. I think he has a lot of good, solid advice. However, I got to talk about a couple of videos that he put out. I'm going to put them in the links in the description below for you guys so you guys can formulate your own opinion. And I'd like to hear about your thoughts on this as well. But Dave Ramsey, if you guys don't know who he is, he's a financial guru. He really teaches you basically to eliminate your liabilities and do certain investments so you guys can create wealth, passive income, and so forth. However, you also have to understand Dave Ramsey does have an agenda, and he's got, it's called Ramsey Endorsed Local Providers. They're also called ELPs, and I'm a real estate broker here in Southwest Florida. I did inquire as becoming one of their real estate agents just to see what they were talking about. And it was interesting. You had to go through this whole process of training and everything else. So I think that there is merit to this. But in the ELPs, they have real estate agents, they have accountants, they have insurance agents, they have mortgage brokers. So there's a lot of people relying on leads that come to his YouTube channel and everything else, which I believe is one of the reasons why he's putting this message out about the housing market. Now, I watched two of the videos and I took notes on both videos, and I'm just going to read the highlights of it so you guys don't necessarily have to watch the videos, but you can. I'll put the, like I mentioned, I'll put the links below. But I want to get your take on this because I don't, you know, if you've been following the channel, I called out other housing cheerleaders, and these were the CEO of Century 21, the CEO of Coldwell Banker. You also have Barbara Corcoran coming out and talking kind of the same language as well. And they're talking about the velocity of real estate and all this kind of stuff. And I was calling these people out, just saying that, you know, unfortunately, the message they're putting out is for their own benefit for their companies, because they do not want to see a slowdown in real estate sales, because it will affect all of their bottom lines as real estate companies. So Dave Ramsey, the question was, this kid asked, should I wait until prices go down to buy a house? And these are quotes. He goes, prices are not going to come down. If you're waiting on prices to come down, you're never going to buy a house. Prices are not coming down. They are going to slow the rate in which they're increasing. I think you're going to see calming down, but we've never seen house prices go down in the modern America since the 1930s, except for one time, and that was 6 to 8 months in 2008. It was a financing bubble. It wasn't a real estate bubble. Phoenix, Las Vegas, and a few other major cities that were super hot, they contracted and prices went down. I was in that market as a real estate broker and an owner of a real estate firm, and our prices here in Southwest Florida got crushed. And I got another video on this in terms of the top 10 markets of people overpaying, and one of them is Fort Myers, which is here in Southwest Florida. And look, I was selling houses in, say, like Cape Coral, which is nearby Fort Myers, for literally $300,000, and then I was short selling comparable houses for literally $50,000 to $60,000. That's how big of a swing these prices came down. And if you asked me back then, would I have ever anticipated prices going down that far, I would have said absolutely not, and they did. So does he have an agenda here by saying prices are not going down? We're already seeing right now in today's market more inventory coming in. Prices are decreasing. We're seeing price decreases for notifications on these drip emails. We're seeing properties coming back to market. So with higher mortgage interest rates, it's inevitable that prices would come down. So I think it's irresponsible to put out information like this. Now, the next video was called Why Right Now is the Best Time to Buy a House. And I just have a couple of highlights that we'll review, and we'll talk a little more in detail. Right now is the best time to buy a house in the next 5 years. I completely disagree. I think we're going to see in a lot of markets in the next probably 8 to 18 months, prices are going to be on a decline. We're going to have more inventory hit market. It's going to be a buyer's market. The buyers are going to have leverage in this market, and I think prices are going to go down. So I think this is an irresponsible headline that he put out. He said prices are not going to go down. They will go up slower, but not going to go down. This is as cheap it's going to be in the next 5 years. This is the best price right now if you're going to buy a house. This is also the best time to sell a house. Okay, how can you say both of those things at the same time? This is the best time to buy a house. This is the best time to sell a house. So he right there contradicted himself in this second video. Again, it's in the description. I encourage you guys to watch this and leave your feedback on this video of what you guys think about that. But he literally said, this is the best time to buy a house, best time to sell a house. You can't have both necessarily, especially in a volatile market. You know, maybe in a flat market, yeah, if you're buying or selling, it's not a big deal. It's a flat market, you know, a normal market, that's fine. But in the highest price real estate market that we've ever seen in history, yeah, it's a good time to sell the house. And if you haven't been following this channel, I sold this condo, we're leasing it back. I'm encouraging other people who are on the fence about selling, you probably should sell and cash out. Some markets are already seeing a flood of inventory as well. And I think sellers are starting to understand that and realize that as well. Not to mention, the other day, we actually put an offer on a property that was like $925. I made an offer for $650 on the property, and the sellers did counter. We countered a handful of times. We're not going to come together on numbers on that house, unfortunately. But I think sellers are starting to realize, they're starting to recognize that the market is shifting, and it's shifting into a buyer's market, buyer's favor. So for this guy to really contradict himself in the same video, I think is kind of comical, and I really like to hear your thoughts on it. So I will drop those videos in the description below, and I will see you guys on the next video. Thanks for being here.